people where you're from, what you do, how long you've been doing this, and I'll let you go.
Yeah, so my name's Gabe. I'm from Cornwall, Ontario, Canada. So up in the freezing cold tundra of Canada. Not really. It was almost 20 degrees the other day. So, but yeah, no, I got in the industry about exactly 1 year ago. 1 year ago, last January, I started working at the distribution center in Ottawa. So Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. So pretty big distribution center. Worked there for a few months, and then my girlfriend partner, we had to move back. She's originally from this area in Cornwall, to do her internship. So I was kind of between a rock and a hard place. I didn't want her commuting that far for school and internship, and so I luckily there was an opportunity in Cornwall. There's 5 routes here in Cornwall, so I had the opportunity to transfer over to be a merchandiser for 2 different routes, two major box stores, and yeah, now I'm kind of working with kind of like unofficial business partner, but like we're pretty tight and running the one route. And as of 2025, we'll be acquiring a second route. One of the guys is retiring out, and we're going to be taking over that route. So, yeah, 1 year in the industry. I'm a baby in the industry, learning every day. But yeah, it's a little bit about me. So I'm excited to chat with you guys and be part of this industry.
Thanks so much, Gabe. So I want Percy to go ahead and introduce himself and tell people about himself, because when I had this opportunity last time with you, Percy, it wasn't a good connection. So this will allow you to speak up and be heard and be clear. Go ahead, brother.
My name is Percy. I've been in the bread industry almost a year. I got introduced through Jerome and another person named Carlos. I work for Khaleesi, and I don't own a route. The company owns a route, but I'm still learning. So that's
Appreciate that.
yeah.
So here's the dynamic. Gabe as a partner, Percy for the company, and now I'll let my boy Biggie introduce himself because he's an independent owner, operator. Go, Kev.
Hey, what's up, gentlemen? My name's Kevin from Meriden, Wallingford, Connecticut. I own a Thomas right off of Fairleigh and Arnold route. Out of, just starting back. I was out of business for a while. I got back into it, enjoying it, making money. Yeah, that's about it.
the reason we all are here. I mean, we want to
Yes,
serve the
sir.
people, but the money's nice too.
The
The
money's
money's
very
nice too.
nice.
So yeah, so what we have here is so dynamic, and I love having the 3 of you on. I appreciate you taking the time out of your evening to be with me here. So we have partner, company, independent operator. Um, and that's a beautiful thing, because for anybody looking to get into this business, it works all 3 ways. The money's still the same, that it's good money, and you could really make a decent living doing this. So I'm glad that I was able to get the dynamics from all of you guys, and I appreciate you checking in. So I was on vacation for a couple of weeks. I mean, a couple of weeks ago for about a week, and in that time, I was able to go to the Midwest and I checked out a couple of different stores. So what I wanted to touch on was one of the issues I saw out there was in the big box stores, we have a lot of double packs. Percy, because used to do the picking in my BJ's. Kev, you've done that store. You have those type of stores. And Gabe, you do the box stores as well. I don't know about up north, so you can speak to this, Gabe. Here, our double packs are double packs. What I found in the Midwest is with our Arnold bread in those stores, they have singles with an option to bag it yourself, like how they do the chips in the BJ's and some of the other products. You're able to bag up your own Arnold breads, and I never saw that before, which I think is a great option, because what I've been running into in my store is people opening the double packs and taking one into the register and realizing it doesn't ring up. So, Gabe, is that something you guys do up there, where they bag up their own?
Yeah. So at the DC, so where I worked in Ottawa, I guess I never really clarify. I work with Bimbo. So Bimbo, they do. Yeah, you guys have Bimbo in the U.S. as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Bimbo, it's Bimbo Canada here. It used to be
Oh,
Canada
what kind
Bread.
of store was that?
So the store that I work in it's called Food Basics. So they're owned by in Canada. There's like three sort of major companies that own most of the grocery in Canada. So you have Metro. Metro is one of the parent companies. They actually own the Food Basics. Food Basics is essentially like their discount chain, if you will. Then you have Loblaws. Loblaws owns Independence, Fortinos, the Loblaw stores. They're the biggest in Canada by far in terms of like the smaller stores. And then you have called Empire. They own Sobeys, a little bit smaller, a little more expensive. Freshco is their main sort of budget one, and then you have the bigger box stores. So Walmart, you'd be familiar with, and then Costco. So in terms of like the double bagging at the actual DC where I worked, they would have an operation where we would have the bulk bread that would be specifically for Costco, and we would set it aside when we're sorting off the trucks. And then they would have a team of guys that would actually pack everything out in bags. So they would double bag everything. I don't know if some of them were triple bagged. I feel like some of them were. I don't know if that's a thing for you guys, but I think that some of the bags might have been triple bagged. But no, that's not something that we personally deal with. But I do know that there are routes in Ottawa where they have the Costco's. And I'm still trying to figure that out because I think that the way they do it is a bit different. Like they call it an ADM. I don't know if that's something that you guys deal with, but it's almost like a separate thing because they do such high volume that it's like separate. So I don't know if that's something you guys are familiar with, but I know that's the thing here. So I don't know.
Yeah, no, never ever seen it, not heard of. And again, me and Kev, we work with Ben Beambo as well as the same as you. And Percy is Khaleesi, and I don't know their depot. Their breakdown morning process is a little different than ours, if I'm not mistaken. You guys, Percy, do they have the stuff already broke down for you, or you have to break it down yourself?
No, we have to break it down ourselves, but our double stuff, it comes doubled already. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have to do it
Okay,
like how
I was
Home
pretty
Depot does
sure.
it. Yeah.
So, Gabe, you were saying in the depot, there's a whole section where they're bagging bread at the same time as you guys are loading the trucks.
Yeah, in Ottawa, yeah. So I'm based out of Cornwall, so our depot's a lot smaller. It's like maybe like I don't even know, like a sixth or a seventh of the size of what they have like the DC. So the DC is where all the all the bread for Ottawa, as well as Cornwall. Cornwall, there's 5 routes. Then we have Arnpar. There's 1 route there. Pembroke, Brockville. So there's I can't remember how many routes there are in Ottawa. There's I'd say at least a dozen. And then you have the 5 routes that are out of
Right.
Cornwall, and then the small like the in one-off sort of routes. So there's probably like 20 to 30 routes that DC receives bread for. So in Ottawa, though, they do have a separate section where they're actually bag the bread that's coming off the trucks in bulk. So yeah.
Right. Well, that's not really, yeah, because we do about 30. What is it, Kev? You think about 30, 35
Yeah,
people
about
in the depot?
30, yeah, around there.
Okay. Yeah, between different times
Hmm.
and out. So it's around 30. So about the same size. So, yeah, I just found that interesting that they had the option to bag up the bread
That wouldn't be a bad
themselves
idea.
in the stores as far as the customers. But you ended up a whole nother thing saying that you guys, they do it in the depot company wide. Come on, man. They barely want to give us the bread that we were supposed to get.
Maybe that's why our Sara Lee squashed all the time because they've tried to double
So
bag it
how
all
do
the time.
you guys Gabe, how are they with the stale up there? Do they still donate it, or you guys have like a strict stale policy as well? Like they're not donating it and things like that?
Yeah, honestly, that was one of the first things. Like when I first started working at the DC, I was honestly shocked about how much bread gets wasted. Like it was a big problem, especially here. I know that they didn't really tell a lot to like the frontline guys, but I was always curious and I always tried to ask. And like again, I didn't really get much, but it's a big problem. Like I know that some of the guys that have it's called Dollar Tree, they'll buy back the sales from the Weber stores and they'll sell it to Dollar Tree at a discounted price. So that's where like I saw your posts, like, I don't know if it's a couple weeks ago or whatever, but like having the bread on the floor. We got to do better. Like I know guys like I know I'm a baby and I don't really have a lot of seniority in this industry, but like man, it takes 2 seconds to put a tray on the floor and then put the bread in, man. Like it's like I don't know because yeah, like I said, there are instances where they're selling it to a secondary customer, and yes, it's a couple days away from sale, but it's still bread, and those customers are expecting it to be quality. So like I don't know, I don't know. I'm sure there's guys in the industry that tell me that I'm ignorant or I don't know, but it's just classless in my opinion to throw it on the floor like that. But yeah, whatever.
No, listen, it's true. That's why I made the post. It bothered me as well. I know people that still shop at the thrift stores, and the thrift stores are everywhere. And even if you're just taking the bread and it's getting donated to someone, and it whatever, if it's a church, a homeless shelter, whatever center or a type of agencies getting that bread, it's still on the floor, so that's the reason why I said that, that's all. So yeah, it really bothered me, and it wasn't to call anyone out to try to get clicks or likes or things like that. It's just really, to me, it seems like it was a problem. So that's what it was. So I'm glad that you recognize that, and there was other people that recognized it as well, because I just don't like it. So it is what it is. Kev been doing this longer than me, so he knows he might still be one of those guys. Are you a floor guy, Kev?
Yep.
See, I love my boy's honesty, man. But that's the
You
truth,
know,
and that's what it is. And there's lots of people like that.
with the size of my route, though, I really don't have time to be pulling trays and doing that. You know what I mean?
Oh, fair enough.
And that's what happens. And I get it. I get it. You know, Percy, you were taught the same way, right?
What bread on the floor for the staff? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was taught that same way as Cav.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yep. Let's go. We
Yeah,
don't have
I'm
time
sure.
for that.
Yeah, listen,
Mm-hmm.
I was taught that way too.
My time is money.
Especially on my route on the I-95 South, you don't have
Yeah.
no time.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I forgot you on a major highway. It gets nuts
Mm-hmm.
down there close to New York, right?
Yep.
Oh man. Oh man, Jesus. Keep hitting me, and I keep trying to tell people to go into they're texting me, and I'm telling them to go into the other platforms. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. How can you
So
not find me?
I have a question for you guys. So like maybe Kevin, just the experience in general like, from all you guys. Like what do you guys run for sales? Like what's your like sale rate like percentage wise? Like how much are you guys actually staling?
uh, how do I explain that one, Jay? I don't care about stale. You know what I mean? My stores are
Right.
so big
Tell
that
them
I
why
don't.
and how you do it. Like you gotta like because this is a question. Like a lot of people, I started out thinking like that. So tell them why and how you do it.
Because yeah,
Well,
like sorry, go ahead.
uh, a lot of my stores
Go
are,
ahead, Kev.
you know, a lot of my stores are strictly just Thomas and Arnold, and I don't have another store to play around with the bread. So if I order a tray, I'm stuck with a full tray. You know what I mean? They tray round down here, and it's just sometimes they sell and sometimes they don't. So, and I don't like to miss the sale, and I don't like to miss the. So to me, stale. I probably run about 12-13% stale on an average route. My route does about 13, 14 a week. So you figure it out, but I don't like to miss sales and I don't like to have an empty shelf. So to me, it doesn't matter about stale.
I like that. I like that answer because that's the big question, and everybody's so worried about the stale that they're not putting out enough product sometimes. So how
Hmm.
about you, Percy?
I don't know an exact number, but I do know our depot told us to cut back because stale was a big problem with us. So I'm pretty sure it's really high. But
Mm. Do
yeah.
you find yourself, were you bringing back, all right, let me say it like this. When you were taught and showed your route and how to do it, are you bringing back the same amount that the guy showed you when he trained you, or are you bringing back more or less?
So it depends on a couple of factors. It depends on the week. It depends on are we getting the right color codes and the right dates. So
True.
if we're not getting the right color
Same.
codes and dates, I could be bringing back 3 big trays of stale. Um, if we're getting the right ones, maybe a stack, maybe a stack and a half. But
Okay.
you
All right. Yeah. So
know,
um I feel like Kev and Percy as well. So here's my take on it. I worked so hard to figure out how to do the bread that I trimmed all of my bad stores right off the route. And
I wish.
yeah, so everything else, like he said, I'm gonna put it in. I know I'm gonna take it out. I just try to juggle in a way where it kind of spreads itself out. And Kev said something, and I think I don't want people, it went over some people's heads that'll watch this later. He doesn't have anywhere else to put the bread. I have other places to put all the bread.
Mhm. I got nowhere
So
to play.
all the bread I get, I have places I can put it, whether it be a convalescent home, whether it be a one way gas station, and I have different stores that take a lot of the same breads. So I kind of have interchangeable parts. And my double packs that go into my BJ's, my Sara Lee, and my Arnold, if it came down to it, I could bust them down into singles. If I had a heavy volume and I needed to get rid of some and spread that out, I could send them into other stores. So that just comes with not being lazy. The reason some guys have a bad stale issue, not saying you, Kev, but other people, is they don't want to take the time to put it nowhere. You admittedly say, I don't have anywhere to put it. It's all going into these couple stores.
Yep.
So, and at the end of the day, you create a rotation where you know the money you're gonna make,
Mhm.
you know. So thank you
I
for
need.
sharing that.
Yeah, I got to make mama happy. Do it right.
mm,
You sticking to the happy wife, happy life thing?
Absolutely.
That's cool. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hmm.
Hold on. Look, Carlos is coming. See how we squeeze him in here. How does this thing work? Okay.
What's
Los.
Hmm.
going on, guys? What's going on?
All right.
what's up?
What's going on? So now we got 5. So real quick, we got Gabe from Canada up top. We got Big Kev. We got Percy, and me myself. Um,
Yes, sir.
so like I said earlier, I got my connection together. We're not jumping. As you can see, everything is kind of crispy. So now that you're here, you can introduce yourself and tell the people a little bit about yourself, how long you've been doing bread. Go.
How you doing, guys? My name is Carlos. I've been in the business about 25 years. Um, I started in the business working for IBC, Interstate Brands Corporation. I I did that for 5 years. I was a root jumper for a year, and then a district sales manager position opened up, and I was a manager for about 4.5 years. Um,
Thank That might be you. Could you turn your volume down a little bit, Los? I
okay,
got
hold on one
everybody else
second.
muted. It's just some feedback, a little bit of feedback. I don't think it's me. Hello? Can you still hear me? Oh, you froze. Did everybody freeze? You guys can hear me, right? I think it's just his connect. Oh, I lost him. He's out of there.
So yeah, thank you.
Hopefully he comes back. Good night now.
There he is.
That was a sign letting you guys know it's time to go to bed.
All
We gotta
right.
get up in the morning.
It's a school night.
Yeah, we
Uh,
all do. All right, so go ahead. IBC, you were a manager.
Yep, I was manager for. Well, I worked in IBC for about close to I want to say almost 6 years. I was a route jumper for maybe about 6-7 months, and then a district sales manager position opened up, and I ended up taking it. It was I'm not gonna say it wasn't easy. It was tough, but I did that for about 5 years. It was it's good because you know the in and out, you know the streets, and you also know the corporate side, and it's not easy, but it's good stuff that you learn along the way because at least you know from their side of their point, and also as an RSR, you know that side of the point, so you learn how to communicate with the guys, and it makes the job a lot easier. Um, then
Right.
when IBC closed down, I ended up buying her out for a Little Debbie. I did that for about 4.5 years, and then after that, I left out of there. Then I work for Khaleesi now. It's going on for actually in March. I'll be 8 years with Khaleesi Bakery.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. So
It
I'm
doesn't
glad
add
you're
up
here. And again, we had
with the years, but I've been doing it a lot longer though. God, I've been doing different other stuff. I just wanted to make sure, put it on record. I said 5 years, 8 years here. I said, wait a minute, it doesn't add up. No, but I've been doing other things in between Pepperidge and other stuff too, as well.
It adds up. We all listen. We all do bread. He's out of there again.
No, he's there.
I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
There
Listen, it all adds up, man. Like I said. Oh, all right. No, you know what happened? I think that's me because I tried to unmute somebody. I think you guys muted yourselves. But thanks for sharing with us, Carlos. And again, for those that are watching, the dynamics of my ecosystem in the bread world is I met Percy. Well, me and Carlos knew Percy. I talked to Percy, and then Percy wanted to make a change where he was working, and Carlos made some phone calls and let him know about an opening, and then he spent some time with me. He spent some time with Carlos, and now he's working for Khaleesi, and I love it. Anybody else that wants to get in, shoot me a message, instant message. Any of the forums, I've been flashing them on the screens, realbreadlife.com. Instagram is Real Bread Life. There's a Real Bread Life group, and then you can find us. It's Breadville on TikTok, and the YouTube is Real Bread Life as well. I'd like to thank you guys for taking the time out of your evening to spend some time with us and share, and just to meet and greet each other. And hopefully next week I'll have more that I can put on the screen, more in-depth topic. I just wanted to make sure I had the platform prepared so that I can have a little level of consistency and keep it going. We all got to show up tomorrow morning and do what we do. I'm going to try to do a little less than I do, but I'm going to show up.
We got 3 trays tomorrow.
Again, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Nah, that means he's working
Chill.
out of his car
Stay away
tomorrow.
from my door.
Yeah.
Stay away from my door.
Yeah. He's going to use the Suburban tomorrow.
Oh, man. How do you shut this thing down? Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Yeah, I roll up.
Good night,
I roll up.
everybody.
I'm in the store. Carl's like, yeah, I didn't see your truck today. I didn't think you were here. I'm like, yeah, the Tahoe's over there.
I went to the front door.
Man.
Oh man, yeah, that's my story. Sometimes it's a little light. But no, I got stacks tomorrow, man.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
stacks
see.
tomorrow.
See if that's
First,
I'll
they
be
got
there.
they got first of the month. That's what
Again,
it is. First
appreciate
of the month.
y'all.
I mean,
You already know, man. I don't play around with that first of the month money. We got to get that. It's real. It's the first for real.
yes,
Listen, thank
yes,
y'all,
sir.
fellas, man. I'm gonna chop this up. Gabe,
Jerome coming at
appreciate you,
5, be
Kev,
back by 8.
Percy, Los,
Go.
fellas. We'll do it again next week. Tell a friend, share this when you see it up there. Oh man, I gotta go. Shut this thing down.
1.
All right, guys.
Peace, fellas.
man.
Peace.
Yeah.